Okay, so the first piece of software I'm going to be showing you today is Camstudio. This is 100% free. Head on over to camstudio.org and you can grab yourself a free copy of it. They also have a support forum so you can find out how other people are using the software. Let me just scroll down. Yeah, so this is I think this is a Windows, by the look of it, Windows only piece of software. Let me just have a look. Yeah, okay, so this is only going to work on Windows. So you can download here the program and install it. I've already installed it on my computer, so let me show you how it works. So here's Camstudio, so let me just open that up, and it brings up this little box. Now I'm assuming that you're going to want to record video and audio, so what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go and buy yourself a microphone. Now what I use is a USB headset. You may have seen these in the shops. They're like headphones but with a microphone that sticks out in front of your mouth, a bit like what people use in call centers. And get yourself a USB one, much better quality. You can pick them up for anywhere between say £20 or $20, up to sort of anywhere up to $50 or £50. If you're in the UK, I got mine from Maplins. That's maplins.com. They also have high street shops. In America, a very similar shop I believe it's called Radio Shack. Just get a USB headset and that will work with this software, and that's what I use for all my recording. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to do is you need to tell the software that you actually want to record audio as well. So what you need to do is check this. I've already checked it, so when you get the software that won't be checked. So you need to check on record audio from microphone. Make sure there's a tick box there. Then you need to scroll down to audio options, okay, and then audio options, okay, for microphone. Then there'll be a drop down box here, and what you're looking for is the USB microphone, because most computers have sort of like a microphone socket on the back. However, this isn't particularly great quality, so that's why it's showing us more than one option here for microphones. So we're just telling the computer that we want to record from the USB microphone, and then we just click OK. The other thing is to remember the files which we're recording with this software, we're not actually going to be uploading these files, we're going to be encoding these files to different formats. So again, like I said before, these are AVI files, but we want them in the highest possible quality format. We don't want them compressed, so we're not really worried about how big the actual video files are at all. So what we need to do is we need to go to Options and Video Options. Okay, and then we need to select the codec. So we can pick any of these that we feel appropriate. On my machine, I've got lots of different formats which are pre-installed, if you like, on my computer. So Microsoft Video 1 is absolutely fine, and I think by default this is sort of set to around sort of 50% when you get the software. Just whack that all the way up to maximum there. And then you're going to be all set. Very, very simple. And then click OK, and then the software is ready to record. Now the big limitation with this software is you may notice in Camtasia I'm able to zoom in and out a bit like I'm doing right now. Okay, so if I go to a website and I'm talking about this small print here, I'm saying, okay, so if you read, if I'm in my video, I'm referring to this, you're not going to be able to read this at full screen. As you can see, it's very, very difficult to see what I'm talking about. However, if I zoom in, okay, you can see that now. Or you can zoom right into one word and you can really see fine detail. This is especially important if you're demonstrating software and how to use something. So having a zooming feature is very important. This does have an auto zoom function built in, however it's not very good, and what will actually happen is it works on where your mouse cursor is. So if you're moving your mouse around, what's going to happen is the picture's going to be zooming in and out all over the place, and it gets very confusing. It doesn't look good. I mean, you can do zooming in in your post-production software like Sony Vegas, but it is quite complicated to do and very, very time consuming, and I wouldn't really recommend it. Doing zooming in Camtasia, the paid software, is very, very easy. However, there is a workaround, and this is what I would do if I was using this software. This is actually what I used to do when I first started out doing screen capture recording and I didn't have the expensive software. So the reason why the text is so small is because most people now have quite large LCD computer monitors. I mean, this computer monitor is a 22-inch LCD screen that I'm using now at home, and it's actually at a very high resolution. So if I go to my screen resolution, the actual resolution of this computer monitor is 1920 by 1080, which is full high definition. And by the time you compact that down to a small little window which fits on a website, the detail is lost. You're not going to see the detail, which is why you need to zoom in and zoom out and pan around the screen so people can actually see what you're doing. So a little tip here, when you're doing a screen capture recording, if you don't have a zooming function, is just drop your screen resolution down to the lowest setting. So you go all the way down to something like 800 by 600, which for this computer is the lowest resolution I can go down to. For your computer, it might go down to 640 by 480, something like that. However, when you do drop down to a low resolution, what you'll find is you won't be used to a low resolution like this, so everything will be really big on the screen, and you might need to scroll left and right and up and down when you're in your software package. However, this is mimicking zooming, if you like, and it will come out much better on the video. So that's a way around it, and that way you don't have to do any zooming in your video. Some people do this if they're just really lazy and they don't want to do any post-production in Camtasia Studio. They just drop their screen resolution right down, and then all the fine text is actually made much larger and it's much easier to read. So there's a little tip for you. So with Camstudio, all you need to do is click on the record button, okay, and then it will just record the entire screen and you can just start talking. And then you need to minimize this, otherwise this actual little box here will be recorded, okay, and you don't want that. So once you start recording, hit the record button, minimize, do whatever you need to do if you're doing a PowerPoint presentation or you're demonstrating some software, and then when you're finished, maximize that again and click the stop button. And then you'll be given an AVI file. You can save that AVI file on your computer, and then you can encode that to any format you like. So that's Camstudio, really, really simple bit of software, but great because it's free.